Testing, testing, testing. Can everybody hear me? Can you hear me okay, Nuclear? We have a brand new mic here, so I'm wondering if you can hear me. Please say yes. Let me know if the volume is too high or too low, and we'll just go from there. Can everybody hear me okay, guys? Is it sound check? Sound check, 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 check. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs down. Give me a something. Give me an FU. Let's see. Let me type. Can everybody hear me okay? Hello, hello. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Anybody in chat? Can you guys hear me? Please say yes. Anyway, guys, welcome back to the Hidden Dagger Inn. We're glad to have you here. We're doing another Sunday or another Saturday stream as we do every Saturday. We're talking Ashes. And the first question we have today is, will you fight back if someone attacks you and you start the fight with 50% health or less? So let's give the scenario that you're a rogue and you're sneaking up on somebody and you attack them and they have 50% life after your opener. Do you think they should or will fight back? Now that they haven't gone purple yet, they're still green. So that's the big question in my mind on whether I don't know if I would personally. I think that's too much of a disadvantage. I mean, you're already half health. It's not hardly a fair fight. And also, I'm very curious if people going to bait each other out. If you're in a farming area, do you think that they're going to try to bait people out, and one guy's going to bait them, and then they're going to gangbang you? Maybe if you're a class that they don't think they can take. So I think there's going to be a lot of shenanigans going on, and I'm curious to see how they go about stopping it. If anyone can give me a sound check, guys, and let me know if you can hear me. I am live now, so I'm curious to see if I got a brand new mic, and I'm really hoping it's working right. So I want to know how the sound quality is. So if anyone could chime in, that would be really appreciated. Let's see. I hope everyone's having a good Saturday. So that's the first question we're going to start with. We're just going to let people roll in here and trickle in here as they normally do. I had some pizza for lunch today. I wonder what everyone else had today. It was, and then I asked my son to wrap it up and put it away, and I go back out there, and he just kind of threw it in the refrigerator unwrapped. So yeah, there was that. But hey, whatever. Anyway, yeah. So that's the first question we got, because I'm thinking, as I did the Rogue video last week, I am wondering how the openers are going to be for the Rogue and how powerful they are going to be. Now, in my mind, it should be dependent on the archetype you're attacking. So if you're sneaking up on a tank archetype, I don't think you really should do more than 25% damage. I guess depending on level and gear and stuff like that. But that would be hard to swallow if you're having a rogue do more than 25% damage to a tank. It's like, well, why be a tank? And a mage, of course, or a cloth wearer, I think you should do considerably more. Some people have suggested up to 75%. Some people have said one shot. I don't want to see one shots in the game. I don't think that they bring a lot to the table. So if you do get a good shot on a mage and you bring him down 75% health, at least he has a chance to put his mage shield up and he has a chance to blink away. So there's something to be said for that. Yeah, so I'd love to know what you guys think, though. What would you do in that scenario? Say you're the mage and the rogue sneaks up on you. Are you going to fight? I don't know. If I'm 75% health down, I don't think I will. That's just kind of my 2 cents on it. But any other than that, looks like we are also having the stream is going to be a knight and wand stream that they're having, so that should be interesting. It wasn't exactly what I was expecting. I was expecting something a little bit more pizzazz. As this month last year, it seemed like it was starting to ramp up, and just stream after stream was really good. But you know what? After they kind of got me on the commissions one. It was a lackluster title. Who's ever making their titles is really not putting a lot of emphasis in it. But the commissions one wasn't as bad as I initially thought it would be. So I'm going to give this one a chance, and we'll see. I'm sure we'll find some other hidden surprises in this one. So let's hope that that's the case. Seems like can you hear me okay, Tango? I was wondering, this is a brand new mic, and I've been waiting for someone to chime in and chat. So I was wondering if my voice is coming through clear and how loud or quiet it is, so I can adjust that. Seems fine. Oh, okay, good. Thank you. Seems like a pivot. You said that Wagner said something about wars not being ready. Ah, okay. I did not see that. I didn't catch that, but that makes sense because everyone was talking after the last month's stream that we were going to be seeing wars. So, and call me silly, but I'm kind of expecting if it's a war, let's just say I don't know if it was a castle war or a node war, but either way, you would think that they somewhat quiet. Here, no, let me turn it up a little bit, see if it's a little bit better. How about that? Is that any better? You would think that they might need the Alpha 1 testers for that. Let me know if that's a little bit better. Or I can move it closer. Let's try that. How about that? Yeah, you would think that they would need the Alpha 1 testers for that. And I'm hoping they do because I am an Alpha 1 tester. So, yeah, about that. Because I don't know if PI will be enough. And do you remember whether it was a node war? Yeah, that's good. Great. Thank you. Appreciate it. Do you remember if that's a node war they were talking about, or are they doing another castle siege? Either way, you would think that they would need more than just the Phoenix Initiative. So I'm really hoping that they go ahead and contact the Alpha 1 because, man, I so want to contribute to helping them test this stuff. I mean, right now, sitting on this $1,000 package, this Leader of Men package, and man, I haven't gotten to do anything. And as many people, we're all just kind of sitting there waiting, pulling our tallywhackers. So, yeah, it's been pretty rough. Could be a Guild War declaration. Oh, well, yeah, that would, yeah. If it was a Guild War declaration, no, that definitely wouldn't require Alpha 1 testers, which would be disappointing. I mean, yeah, it's a cool mechanic, and I want to see it. But yeah. But anyway, back to my question. Now that you're here. What do you think? So if you're a mage in that instance, one, do you think, as I just made that YouTube rogue video that I put up there, what do you think about should there be full stealth? And if you get attacked by a rogue and you're a mage and you lose 75%, do you think 75% of your health from an opener from a rogue is too much? And secondly, would you even bother fighting back, or would you just let them kill you? Or bring you down to 1% and leave you alone? What would your guys' answer be? Because I mean, if you're starting 75% in a hole, I'm like, why bother? And I just think a lot of people are not going to fight back, because I plan to be a rogue if they're worth their salt at all. So if I go up there and get a good hit on someone, they're probably just going to set the screw you, peon. I'm not going to fight back, and you can go corrupt. And that's kind of where I'm thinking. That's where my thoughts are on that with that whole process. Tango says maybe conditional full stealth, not like moving or nighttime, but there are a lot of variables. Now, with full stealth, I am totally, and you'll see if you watch the YouTube video, I am a full stealth proponent. Tango says, like how valuable things have. Yeah, well, I mean, see, that's the biggest thing that I think a lot of people worry about in Ashes is we're really not going to lose much. I mean, the worst thing that we're going to lose is some XP, and I'm pretty sure you lose that if somebody else ganks you. And that's probably going to be the biggest blow. As far as like materials, heck, you might be out there and you might not even have any materials other than just some farming materials. If bro is mining garbage, yeah, exactly. But if you see, now it's different because if you see somebody come on up and they are mining some rare material that you're out there harvesting also, that's going to be tempting. I'm going to be like, I really need that. Hey, bro, can I have that? And if they say no, okay, you and I, we're going to have to fight this out, man to man, mano a mano. And we'll see where it goes because I really need that. You need to give that to me. So we'll see how that goes. Tanker says exactly. Then I will give him a warning shot to let him know. I don't know if I'll give him a warning shot. That shot might be right upside the head. But needless to say, yeah. So, yeah. Uh-oh. Here, hang on. Let me allow that. There we go. I will smack them a few times and probably type to them. It's going to be an interesting dynamic because I really just don't know how it's all going to play out. I mean, and also, as I stated earlier, what do you think about people baiting people out to fight? So there's going to be a lot of, I like to grind. Personally, I'm a grinder. So I don't really enjoy quests that much, although I do remember in Alpha 1, Ashes being kind of a different type of quest. They were a lot more fun and interactive, but you actually have to read their quests. Nuclear Tanker says, if they don't want to fight back or spot, I'll give them a fair chance. If they don't comply, kill them for the spot. Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of that going on, honestly. Because especially in dungeons. I mean, we're talking a full dungeon. And how many people are on the server? 10,000 concurrent users. And especially early on, everyone's going to be populating the low-level dungeons. They're going to be so full. There's going to be a lot of fighting, I think, going over those bosses. It's going to be very, very interesting. Now, that will spread out over time as people get higher level and there's more of that disparity. So we'll see how that goes. But if the warning shot doesn't get them, they're good with leaving. I have to. You let them go. Well, that's good of you. That's good of you. Good man. Yeah, I don't want to just kill people just to kill people. Well, I take that back. If I'm out on the sea, looking for money, if they're on a boat fishing or something like that, they're not getting a warning shot. They're getting a dagger in the arse. So, because I'm not going to risk them driving away or bumping me off the boat or something like that. Oh man, I was reading some as I'm getting ready to do a Seas video. I'm getting ready, and I'm noticing that one, the ship's going to cost a lot if it gets destroyed, but also you're stranded out there. If you're stuck in the water, if your boat gets destroyed, you're literally stranded. You can't portal back. You have to die to get your stuff back. You can't spawn a boat in the sea. It's not like Arcade or anything like that. So that's going to be rough. I really hope that they did say that you can repair the boats out at sea. And I really hope that it's kind of like the Atlas Sea of Thieves mechanic where you have like a cupboard or something like that, or barrels, and you have your repair mats in there to help you repair, to help you stay afloat. I'd like to see long, sustained ship battles. I hope ship battles aren't over too quickly. But then again, it doesn't really matter if they jump your boat and board you and kill you, and then they just destroy your boat anyway. So it's going to be, the sea is going to be the Wild West, and I cannot wait to be on the sea. And as Margaret said at the end of that last stream, make friends. Because if you don't make friends, I don't see how anybody is going to be able to go out. You're not going to be able to go out in the sea solo and do content on the sea. I really don't think so. Tango says, I'm curious if you'll have a hearth. No, from what I read, you will not have a hearth. You will literally have to drown yourself and come back. So maybe a family summon, maybe that would work. But you can't have a family summon because they can't. You can't have anything in your inventory when you summon you. So yeah, you're kind of boned. You're really, really boned. Yeah, that's bad. I mean, I like it, but it's rough, and But when you go out in the seas, I mean, tell me if you think I'm way off my rocker here. I really think it's going to be it's going to be death. I mean, it's super high risk, super high reward. But I think especially early on, you're going to be getting a lot more risk than you are reward. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But I'm not bringing my caravan raft over the seas if I don't have to. Hell no, not early on, unless I got a big ass group coming with me. I just think that's bad news. So what did you think on the topic of full stealth? Like I said earlier, I believe that there should be full stealth. Now, I was talking to Nice earlier. We were playing some Dead by Daylight together. Great guy. By the way, shout out to Nice Gaming. Go check him out if you guys haven't checked him out. He's awesome dude. Also, Nuclear Tango says, nah, large across the sea. We'll see. Yeah, no, not large goods across the sea. Yeah, well, right now there's three kinds of ships. There's a small vessel, which is a 1 to 3 person crew. And then you have the frigate, which I'm kind of guessing is kind of going to be like the merchant schooner from Arcade, if you played Arcade. Kind of like your merchant ship. And that one holds up to 8. And then you have your galleon. And that's your raid ship. That has up to 40 people. Now, before I get back to the full stealth, here's a question for you. In Atlas, they had a mechanic where, say you're on, and you have to run... some goods across the sea, all right? Tango says, I'm okay with full stealth as long as it's conditional and let my AO... Yeah, that works. So say you're on and your guild mates aren't on, right? So you need to go across the sea with your ship. Do you think... Now, they said that you'd be able to hire NPCs for your freehold. Do you think that you should be able to hire NPCs to help you with your ship? You're driving it. Also, mages having a magic eye. Yeah, I'm told, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm told the mage's magic eye only lasts for about 8 seconds, so they're going to have to use that strategically. Excuse me, I had to cough. Because I'm sure there's going to be a somewhat of a cooldown on it, maybe 20 seconds or something like that. So mages are going to have to be strategic with that magic eye. But as I was referring to a second, do you think that we should be able to hire NPCs to help us on the boat? Say we're on a merchant schooner, and we need someone to help manage the sails. I don't know if you played Atlas, but it was a really cool mechanic how you could steer that. You could tell them what direction to go and stuff like that to help you navigate and help you repair the ship and stuff like that. No, you don't think so? NPCs should be reserved for sieges? Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to see him on ship. That's my take. But I'm willing to see how they go either way. I'm just really happy that they're letting us repair the ship. I mean, it was pretty fun when I played Sea of Thieves, especially if I was by myself, trying to repair the ship, steer the ship, and fight all at the same time. Try not to get too close where they could board me. That was always a lot of fun. Boy, I cannot wait to see ship combat, how the sea physics works. If they can get it between a nice mix of Arcade, Sea of Thieves, and Atlas, oh, those are going to be happy days. And I think people are really, really going to be shocked to see how popular the seas are. Now, everyone says, they talk about how big the sea is, right? What is it, like over 700 kilometers big in size? The whole map's like 1,200 kilometers, and the sea's going to be like 700 of it or something like that, which is a lot. But I want people to keep in mind that is true, that the seas are going to be vast, but so are the servers. What game can you name to me right now that had 10,000 concurrent users on it? I cannot remember one. I'll have to do some more research, but off the top of my head, I cannot remember a game that had 10,000 concurrent users on it. Tango says, I like the idea of the seas being a big risk and better with friends. Having NPCs will make it just another isolated single player system. Well, I mean, the NPCs would only do so much, right? They would only maybe help you with like steering the ship or whatever. Because if you're on a merchant schooner, say if you're on a frigate, you're on a little bit bigger of a ship. So they're not going to help you fight. So in that way, you're still alone. So Tango says, I've mentioned this before. Is it achieve? It's achievable in the vast world. No other game is exactly. Yeah, no other game is close, and it's is it even achievable? Well, we're gonna find out. I mean, in Alpha One, I gotta admit everything ran smoothly, but I don't remember how many people they had on each server because we had multiple servers, so I'm not really sure how many we. I can't remember. I mean, hell, it's been so long. I can't remember how many we had on one server at a time. Maybe a few thousand, something like that. At most, it was 500 people. Do you remember how many? You were Alpha One, right? I don't remember how many people there were at the time, but I think it was like 10,000 total players. But how many servers? I can't remember. Yeah, and the map was much smaller. But yeah, do you agree though that as far as the sea, yes, the sea is going to be huge, but so is that amount of players. So I don't think it's going to be nearly as safe as people might think it might be. We're going to find out. We're going to find out real quick because when now you don't have to be a coastal node to develop a harbor. There are, I think, some of the inland nodes. If they get a higher level, they will develop the harbor if it's in their zone of influence. Oh yeah, it will be an information works, and it's those harbors and stuff like that getting upgraded right away for people to get on the seas. I mean, that's where the money's going to be, right? The money's going to be in the fishing, okay? The money's going to be in the treasure hunting. It's going to be in all that stuff, plus the events that you're going to have out on the open seas. I mean, now early on, everyone's going to get their ass clapped by the Kraken or Leviathan or whatever they decide to go ahead and have. Tango says, I think if you're secretive and no one else sees you, they will leave you a safe journey. Yeah, unless they're randomly spotted. Oh, you know what? I just realized that, Tango, you stream. So I am going to go ahead and do this for you. 1 second. Here we go. Enjoy. And everyone give a big shout out to Nuclear Tango. Go check him out in his channel there. And he's a good friend of the show, The Hidden Dagger, and he's supporting us. So go ahead and give him a look when he goes ahead and stream. Oh, you bet, you bet. Um, we we wish you the best of luck in your streaming endeavors, and hopefully people will go check you out when they come back and check this VOD one day if I ever become popular, which will probably never happen. But I digress. I'm keeping my 6 viewers right now. Oh man, it's rough starting over again. Man, is it rough. Talk about humble pie. My goodness. But yeah, no, a world is massive, and New World had 3K. Man, New World. Don't even get me started on New World. You know what? Those castle fights would have been a lot of fun. In the cities that they had in New World. But what, 50 on 50? That's what it was, something like that. I remember you'd run up there with your guild. All right, guys, let's jump in, and you get teleported back to Windward or whatever it was called, and you're like, really? That they put up a message saying there's too many people. Really? That's the best you can come up with? It was horrible. Yeah. No, it was absolutely horrible. And then you throw in the mechanics in there with the hammer spam and stuff like that. That game had so much potential, but I said it early on. It's better now. Yeah, probably because there's nobody on the server anymore. I said it before. That game had no direction early on, and that's what really cost that game. So, hey, Dr. Burns, my man, how you doing? Oh, hang on. I gotta go ahead and I gotta give it to you. 1 second. Here we go. There you go, Dr. Burns. Everybody go check Dr. Burns out. You bet, man. You bet. You bet. I hope you're having a great day. Thanks for stopping in today and saying hi. Got to give my fellow content creators some love. You guys are always putting out great content. Yeah, so what are you guys up to? Doctor, now that you're here, I had an interesting topic that I wanted to discuss. And right now we're kind of talking sea combat and stuff like that. One, do you think that you should be able to have NPCs to help you on your ship? Say maybe if some of your guild members aren't on and you want to take your frigate across, which I kind of believe is kind of like the merchant schooner from Arcage, but you might not have enough people, and maybe you need to control the sails and stuff like that. So in Atlas, they had this mechanic. So do you think, now they wouldn't be able to fight, but they could help you steer the ship or maybe even repair. So yeah, it does. Yeah, it does force group play. Being out in the seas now, we're talking about a 1,200 kilometer square map, and people are in the sea is going to be about 700 square kilometers. So people are like, well, there's tons of room in the sea. We're not going to get ganked. We're going to be, out there, no problem. But as I was telling Tango, there's also going to be 10,000 concurrent users, and I cannot think of a game that has 10,000 concurrent users. I think those seas, especially early on, are going to be far more crowded than people give them. Especially if down the road they have the mechanic in Arcage that gave you the telescope that was basically like a radar and let you see ships within a certain radius. Oh man, it's going to be crazy. And I bet there'll be a fish finder, because for the fish boats, I bet there'll be a sonar for the fish finders. Tango says, Burns had the same take as me. What are you up to now, Burns? You got into the video? Go ahead and put a self promo in there, buddy. You get what video you got coming up for us? Give us a little teaser. Also, one of the other things I had, Tango says, after Burns' video, the guy in my head livery. Working on one right now? Outstanding. Yeah, I got to go back to the grinder here. Bespoke tomorrow? All right. Here, I'm going to cancel this ad break. They just... Topic on release date. Okay. Really? Can I go ahead and put my 2 cents in, Burns? I didn't get invited to Bespoke, so, I got to have to put my 2 cents in here. My thoughts, I'm still sticking to my late July Alpha 2 release. I'm sticking to it, and that's the ticket. And also, as far as release, I believe it's going to be, I think Alpha 2 is going to take a little over a year, maybe a year and 4 months, and I foresee a Christmas release in 2025. Bam! There you got it. Right there. Right there. I know people are laughing at me, but that's what it is. Christmas release 2025. Yep. I'm going to be singing Christmas songs and playing Ashes on my Christmas break from driving my school bus. Yep, there it is. Yeah, boy, what do you think, Doctor? Am I off my rocker? Have I lost it? Did I start my all-timers a little bit early? I mean, I know I have some timers, but maybe I now have all-timers, full-fledged all-timers. I don't know. I need your clinical advice. But also, Doctor, what do you think about full stealth? Do you think it should be in the game? I am a proponent of it. Oh, you know what? Yeah, see, there we go. My man. Yeah. I'm not off my rocker. Well, you know what? I just think that Steven knows the value of how long the processes, take. I realize they take a long time. But let's assume, okay, and this is a big assumption, but let's assume they have all the core systems in. No. I mean, if it does last 5 years, we're in it, right? So, whatever. But I don't think, yeah, exactly. I don't think he's striving for that perfection like some people think. Going that long with development might be a really bad thing, because there would just be so many people on the outside. And unless they opened it up, there would just be so many people on the outside. I just don't think it's a good idea. I think a year and a half would be perfect. I think you hit over the 2-year mark and you're starting to push your luck. We're seeing it. Other games are starting to get ready to come out. So there's more stuff, more activity in the gaming world, especially MMO world now. Things are starting to cook. So we're going to see. They don't want to lose people, especially if ArcheAge 2 ever gets their shit together. Bird says, yeah, a lot of issues if they go for too long with A2. Yeah, I mean, how many content creators would just jump to, well, we already know how content creators are in the first place. They, if they're doing it for a living, they need views, right? So they're going to go ahead and jump to the next, something that's out. And maybe that takes their full attention. So, hey, Chaos, how you doing? I don't know. I sent one. I got one on my Twitch. So maybe you have me muted or something, Chaos. You don't love me anymore. Thanks for showing up, Mod. I appreciate it. Glad to have you here, yeah, it's going to be interesting. And as far as, so that's my Christmas. I don't want to ruin your bespoke on that, but give me a, am I close to what other people are thinking, or are people like way farther than me? Oh, you have the bell clicked? Oh, sorry, bud. Yeah, I've heard that problem before. Do other people have a similar take to that? Or what do you think? Right around there? Okay. Yeah, I'm not a doomer. I'm not thinking it's gonna be too long. I don't know. I think Steven's smarter than that. What? Also, I think Steven wants to play his freaking game. Chaos says, I should get notifications. Twitch app is weird. Yeah, no, it's weird sometimes. Don't sweat it, brother. It's all good. So, Burns, full stealth, yay or nay? And I'm going to give you the scenario. Rogue only, full stealth, but he has to double down on the class in order to obtain it. What do you think? Yay or nay? Also you, Tango. Yay or nay? Oh, thank you, bud. I appreciate it. Thank you. You and the other 63 people that watch it, man, I don't know what is going on. My YouTube channel is just like, it's like beating my head up against the wall. I swear. I think I had 8 views total yesterday on all my videos. It's depressing. I don't know if it's the season that we're in or just the lack of AOC content. But man, I tell you, and you probably remember when you first started out, you're sitting there watching the views and you're like, really? Come on, what do I got to do? I don't know if it's the algorithm screwing me or what. But, or maybe my shit just sucks. I don't know. But, Chaos said if it's full stealth, it should be on a short timer. I hate timers. Burn says compare yourself to where you were previously. Fight. Yeah. No, that's good advice. Here's the thing, Burns. I started the channel brand new, and it's only been about a month and 3 weeks. I'm just being impatient. I have from 0 to 124 subscribers. That's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. So, it's something. I just hope when alpha, when things start picking up, that I'm starting to get more views. But yeah. Well, I appreciate that. But you know what I mean. You just want to see. And now I have been getting a reasonable amount of comments and likes on my videos, but you know what I mean. You just want to, I'm sure you totally understand. You don't even know how many people make videos that crack. Yeah, no, for sure. But you're right about always trying to improve on your video. I am always trying to do something a little bit better. And I got this brand new mic. I'm like Jamie Chaos now. Can you see it? Yeah, look at this baby. I had to get a cool mic. I had to ditch that old Blue Yeti one. Chaos says people might not know about Ashes. Well, I mean, there's a few million that already do, but I just think there's not enough information. Oh, thank you, buddy. I'm glad you like it. I'm using that sonar that Jamie recommended too. So I got that, and I'm using the NVIDIA Broadcast. So I'm ditching that stupid green screen. And right now I got something cooking. Someone on Fiverr, they're supposed to be making me an animated image for the back here. So I'm hoping that turns out well. We'll find out. I still got my 2035. What is that your prediction? Oh my God. Bird says if full stealth, I'm not a fan of complete stealth, but 95% stealth. I don't know. See, here's the thing. Tango says they know of it, but it seems like 3 to 5 capable people have watched. Yeah, it's just it's the same people over and over. Okay. Oh, okay. I got you. The thing is with time stealth, they had it in Warhammer. I don't know if you guys played Warhammer Online. That one was cool. That was a 60-second stealth, and that was okay. If you're a scout, okay, which is going to be big in this game, scouting is going to be paramount. I really think full stealth is going to be needed, and because otherwise you're just going to get sniffed out. You already have to face the ranger abilities that can probably track you or find stealth. You have the mage eye, and there's probably going to be something more. Maybe like a pet from a summoner will be able to see you also. There's enough stuff to try to get close to a group target, and you have to wait for that stuff to end before you move in. If you start adding timers to that by the time that shit is up, your timer might be up, and then you have to run behind a tree again. And you might as well invest it in parkour because you're running for your life. So Burn says you'll also be able to see the grass might improve. Now that's interesting. The snow. Now that could be interesting, where you're seeing the grass move and snow imprints when you're walking in stealth. That'd be a good giveaway. But I just don't like the fact that you'd be able to, with fighting all the stuff like the Mage Eye and stuff like that, and then Tom, Dick, and Harry is looking over there. Look, hey, that looks like kind of a funny shape down the road, or even so they're turning off like their foliage and stuff like that, like they do in survival games, to try to get any advantage they can to see some kind of a stealthy figure or something that they normally wouldn't see if their graphics are all the way turned up. That the people are going to try to do that. Tango says, and with some abilities being used with the target, you can still hit the stealth rogues. Yeah, untargetable stealth. Yeah, I don't necessarily care about well, like if you drop an AoE spell somewhere, yeah, the rogue should get hit by it. He should get hit by it, stealth or not. Bird said to take the Ranger camo. Yeah, breaks target. Yeah, I liked the Ranger camouflage. Now, do you think they're gonna? I don't think they're gonna do it. But how do you enhance the Ranger camouflage? So if he doubles down, or if he not doubles down, but if he goes rogue secondary, should the Ranger have full stealth then? Interesting. I don't know. That's interesting. Tango says target break is fine, just not being able to hit them with whirlwind. Now, here's a question that I had for the rogue video, Burns. Not full stealth for the Ranger. Yeah, those things are going to be deadly enough. Who here played DAOC? Raise your hand if you played DAOC. Right here. Okay. In DAOC, they had castles, right? And I would only expect this in castles and node sieges if there was some kind of a castle you could climb up in. But rogues had the ability to climb walls. Hey, Aberrant, how you doing, brother? Welcome back. Rogues had the ability to climb walls. And I really just think that it adds something to the game. Like, what are tanks going to do in a siege battle? Well, they're probably going to man the siege. Or if there's battering rams, they're going to be on the battering rams. You're going to have your casters, you're going to have your rangers shooting at the people on the ramparts. But if you let rogues on, usually it was the corners of the castles where they could climb up. That would be, a big, not a deterrent, but you can't just have the people up on the ramparts telling you your father smelt of elderberries while they're raining down, chaos on you. They actually will have to worry about people coming up and getting them from behind, especially when they're low on health or something like that. Dr. Traditional combat design team. Trad on. Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, I hope so. I hope so, Dr. Burns, because I'm all about Trad. I need to talk to him, and we need to get him. You're the popular one. You need to get him on your show and do an interview with him, because I'd love to get more DAOC stuff in there. Absolutely. Excuse me, guys. Hope everyone's having a good Saturday. I don't know about you guys, but this week took way too long to get here for me this weekend. Tango says, I've really played WoW in New World. Oh, man. That's rough, Tango. I mean, there I go back on my New World tangent. What a beautiful game that they screwed up. WoW, I played WoW. I played WoW for about hardcore for about 3 years. It was cool. I thank WoW in this respect. WoW brought millions of people to the MMO world. and I think that that's great. There's a whole lot more people that play MMOs today than they did before. There's also a whole generation of people that never got to experience a little bit more of the hardcore stuff that we had early on. A little bit more of the games that featured more of the social element and community element that we had before. Whether it's possible to bring it back today in today's world, we're going to find out, because that's what I believe Ashes of Creation is. I hope we can, because I love those elements. I want to go to my node, and I want to be proud and say and proclaim to the world that this is my node, and you're not going to take it from you, son of a bitch. And you can try, but you're going to end up with my sword up your rump, because you ain't taking my node, and I'm not rebuilding my freehold. Burns said high-end New World had community. Yeah, it did for a while until it left. Tango says, I've dabbled in 50 plus MMOs, but WoW New World are the only ones that played longer than a few hundred hours. Burns says the territory control wars were really fun. Does Destiny 2 count as an MMO? I didn't play Destiny, so I can't answer that. We were just talking, before you got here, Burns, we were talking about how New World had the wars, and I just remember, running out there with my guild and getting ready to assault it, and all of a sudden I get ported back to Windsward because they can't handle more than 50 people on each side. I was like, oh man, that's just brutal. And it would have been so much better if they thought about some of that stuff earlier. I just don't know, Yeah, you were doing open world. Yeah, it was open world. Is it all instance now? The Instance Wars weren't good, but they were still too selective. There was a lot of people that never got a chance to really experience them. I remember, I can remember a lot of guildmates complaining that they never got to be part of that, and I want people in Ashes to be able to, all the people who want to experience PvP should be able to experience PvP. One of the things that DAOC had early on was, I think you should be able to level a little bit. I think you should be able to get experience through PvP. Now, they say that you will, but we'll be able to find out. Tango says the scheduled wars were instances, but the forts can be captured in the open world. I think that there should be like a starter battleground or like a starter castle or something like that, where maybe it could be instanced, where people could learn how to do PvP, because they had these in Dark Age of Camelot, and it was fun. If you were new, maybe you didn't have all your abilities yet or something like that, you could learn how the castle siege mechanics and stuff worked, like before you actually got to the top tier. So you weren't like a complete dumbass when you got to the top tier. You knew what to do. You knew how it worked. I would like something like that. You made a video about practice. Oh, okay. I didn't. Well, I've probably seen all your videos, but I don't remember that part. But I think they should be. Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Let's hope that they are. But I think that's something down the road that maybe like a DLC or something like that. Tango says, I'm like 70% sure New World 70% only allows a certain number of people in a region. They really showed when the expansion came out, people consistently got TP'd. Yeah, all the time I got TP'd. Burns says the game mode will see. No one will see that video. Lol. I have a lot of videos that I should take down, but I don't take down because I'd like to remember how my first videos started. And oh man, they were some dog shit. The sound was dog shit. The editing was dog shit. But hey, I need some water real quick, so I'm going to play a little Donkashane. 1 second. Or not. It doesn't work. Oh.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
That's my Maximus. Here we go.
Is this not why you are here?
Uh-huh. There we go. All right.
Ladies and
There we
gentlemen,
go. Water break.
Such a wonderful crowd. We'd like to play a little tune for you. It's one of my personal favorites. And I'd like to dedicate it to a young man who doesn't think he's seen anything good today. Cameron Fry, this one's for you.
Shame.
What are you doing?
Thank you for all the joy you bring.
Picture show, second balcony was the place we'd meet. Second seat, go Dutch Street. You were sweet, Dankeschön.
You know what, Burns? I think we should have a content creator karaoke night, and I would like you to host it and participate in it. What do you think? Yeah, Ferris Bueller, absolutely. I love Ferris Bueller. I think it'd be fun. You missed out on I'm sure you were invited. You missed out on Stiquino's Among Us. That was so much fun. If you haven't watched that video, watch it. It's hilarious. Tango says sieges are so fun. Sad that a small percentage of players will only participate. Oh, it was so fun. You were probably working. I know you're a super busy guy. But yeah, that game, that was a good time. We have to do that again. Tango is sort of related to... All right, buddy. You have a good night. Thanks for dropping in, Dr. Burns. I appreciate it. Really do. You have a great night. I'll talk to you soon. See you in the channel. And don't forget, Ashes of Creation, you're our only hope. After the Throne of... is anyone going to play the PAX Day, by the way? I got my PAX Day invite, and I have not tried the first one. I'm probably going to load it up, and we'll see how that one goes later on. I'm not sure. I'm interested to see how that one works. Wow. I've been streaming for I don't know how long, and I just realized that somebody actually defollowed me. Wow, talk about an insult to injury. Man, that's brutal. That must be some of my followers from my Dead by Daylight days. Man, that's brutal. That's a kick in the noogies right there. Jeez. You're gonna try it. You're gonna try it. Give it a shot there. Yeah, it should be fun. Oh man, my throat's so sore tonight. But yeah, so what else I got here as far as we talked about the full stealth. Do you think that people are going to have Tango? Do you think in Chaos? Do you think that people are going to have a chance? Smaller guilds will have a chance out in the big seas. I don't know. It's gonna be tough. Man, I can see those galleons rolling around with 40 people all the time. And, you got to figure, so they got the small vessel, they got the frigate, which holds up to 8. They got the galleon that holds 40. That's a big gray area in between the frigates and the galleons. So I would imagine they're going to have some other kind of ship classes in between there. Do you remember, in Arcade, if you had too many people on the boat, you could actually sink a ship if there was more than the crew members allowed? I always thought that was a really cool mechanic, and I loved that. That was super cool. That I'm hoping that they put that in because that's important mechanic. You don't want to have a galleon that's supposed to hold 40 carrying 100. Tango says in the seas, definitely they will have a place. It may not be contesting the big bosses. I hope so. I really hope so. And I want fishermen to be able to go out there and do their thing. I don't know if they're going to be able to, but I also don't want them to just be able to free farm as well. I mean, it is risk for reward. I think early on, the seas are just going to be really chaotic. I don't know how much fishing I'll do early on out there. But later on, I think as things settle down, as people move on to other aspects of the game, I think fishing can be really, really lucrative. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I'm probably going to go into the furniture business myself. I want to do the carpentry, do some logging. I want also do taming. That is probably one of the things I want to do because I think if just stumbling across one of those really rare creatures could bring a huge price back to a animal husbandry person. So I'm looking forward to that. Man. Oh, man. So how's the weather out by you? It got really cold today by Chicago. It sounded like 35 degrees or something today. Tango says, well, bosses won't have timers or set up spawns, it seems. So, no, they're not going to have set timers, which I think is an awesome thing. So, yeah, you could totally get the right place in the right time. And maybe even, if a boss pops up and maybe you're just farming the area or something like that, you see the boss pop up, that would be a great opportunity to go ahead and do that family summon thing. Go ahead and get your family summoned to that location. I think maybe that's what they were thinking when they implemented the family summon. I don't remember. I don't have the wiki pulled up on me. I don't remember if they said how long the family summon timer will be. I'm going to guess probably at least a half hour. I wouldn't want it too much faster than that. Now, I know that you're not allowed to bring anything, so that would mean that people wouldn't be able to bring potions and stuff like that with them. But I definitely think that that'd be cool. I like to farm. Yeah, 30 minutes. I'd be okay with that. If it was 30 minutes, that's a reasonable cooldown. I don't think it needs. I mean, unless they really, really wanted people to hold on to it for something real serious and maybe make it like a half a day or something. I don't know. But that's my first thoughts is a half hour because the world's so big, and someone might need help. So say your caravan gets jacked, right? So you're gonna want to try to go get it back. So you're gonna go ahead and you'd want to be able to summon your family out there to try to take it back. So let me snooze this ad for about 5 minutes. There we go. You're gonna want to be able to summon your caravan to get it back. What do you think about playing some games, Tango? You like some games? May depend on a node freehold progression. I was thinking about playing some Dead by Daylight, maybe next week or something like that. Do you play Dead by Daylight? Just a game, playing something different while we're talking Ashes. I think might draw some more interest. I'm not sure. Maybe it's just me. Maybe people just can't handle all this sexy. Tango says guild-based progression, but you would like it to be 2 hours. 2 hours for the family summon. You don't play Dead by Daylight? Have you ever watched it? I was playing a little bit earlier with Nice. We had a good time playing that. It was a good time. It's a fun game. I like that. I like Hunt Showdown. I'm thinking I'd love to get back into Rust and playing some Rust. That was a lot of fun. I would love to get some content creators playing Rust. That would be totally fun. Yeah, not your cup of. Oh, Jamie bought it for you? Oh no, and you. Oh yeah, Jamie loves that game. Him and Annie both love that game. You love Hunt Showdown? Rust isn't terrible. Yeah, they've made so many improvements to Rust. They really have. And honestly, really, the only thing I really like to do on Rust is I love to trade with my vending machines, and I love to make trap bases. So if you see my base and it says I'll pee on you, yeah, more than likely it's a trap base of some sort. So stay away. There's not. Hey, Nemesis, how you doing? Welcome to the channel. How you doing, buddy? There's no better thing to have happened, and you're sitting in your base, and all of a sudden somebody comes down that ramp, and then they find that they can't get back up, and they're like, "Oh shit!" And you throw a little grenade through the window and blow them up. Thanks for the loot. Glad you're here. First time chatter, Nemesis. Glad you're here, buddy. Welcome. How you doing today? We were just talking about a whole bunch of subjects, and that you missed was Dr. Burns and some of the other creators. That you'll probably have to go back to the stream, but I'll ask you one of them. Nemesis, what are your thoughts on full stealth? Is it a yay or a nay? Should rogues be the only one to have it, and should you have to double down in order to get it? Let me hear your thoughts on that. Would love to see some other people's point of view. Also, are you in the Alpha 1, Nemesis? I'm trying to get a feel for the people that are coming into the channel, who has Alpha 1, who has Alpha 2. I'm Alpha 1 myself. You will be able to catch the when we're spot testing, you won't be able to catch that. But when we're doing non-NDA Alpha 2, you will be able to watch right here. Tango says, I'm a big Tarkov guy. Hunt is, I like Hunt. Hunt Showdown. I forget how many times you can prestige now. I think you can just prestige infinitely now on Hunt. But I really enjoyed Hunt, and it's got some good mechanics on it. It was a lot of fun. Definitely another one of those games. Dead by Daylight was $20 when it first came out, and I think Hunt Showdown was $20 when it came out. So definitely a lot of bang for your buck on those games. And you look at some of the other games now. I pay $70? I paid almost $100 for Diablo 4, and I played it maybe like a week, and I've gotten up to like 3,400 hours in Dead by Daylight, which I paid initially $20 for, and I've probably got way more hours on Hunt Showdown too. These AAA games, they want all this money, and half the time it's not even worth it. I mean, I don't know if you people who bought Dogs of Dogma or whatever it was, Dogma 2. I didn't play it, but I think that had a $70 price tag, and I think a lot of people were disappointed with that. It's tough to keep people happy with the games that they're putting out nowadays. Tango says, I hit 3.5 hours on Tarkov. I haven't played Tarkov yet. I should try it out. Nemesis says, I'm of the opinion that rogues have the best stealth, but not 100% perfect stealth. You like what Steven said as far as the predatory stealth where you can see the silhouette and the shape. Now, what do you think do you think he should have full stealth if he's standing still? I think they should at least give them that. That way they can scout in relative safety. So they're not going for the kill, but at least they'd be able to scout. I would say at least give them that. Because otherwise, because sometimes if you're, standing still, I mean, because, if you're just standing there, all of a sudden the guy cast his mage eye, right? And you have to stop because you don't want to get close because you get sniffed out. But if you're standing there and you're kind of in an odd form, you just got like a little silhouette. Like, cancel this ad break again. If you got like a little silhouette again, somebody might be able to sniff you out and you'd be like, oh shit. So, and then you're running for your life again. So yeah, I hope that, because I'm hoping in my guild, by the way, I'm part of the Overlord Guild. So if anyone's looking for a guild, come check out Overlord. Really large Alpha 1 guild. Good group of guys. Dracobringer is the guild leader, and they are very, very organized over there. So if you're looking for a good guild to be part of, come check out Overlord and give us a look. I am in no way, shape, or form a leader or anything in there. I am just a member. So, but I've been there for about 2 years now, and I'm just throwing out my thoughts on Overlord. So if you're looking for a guild, come check them out. Here's another question for you, Nemesis. What about, picture this. You're a player. Hey, Az, how you doing, buddy? Welcome back. Welcome. You're still awake. It's good to see. Nemesis says,
ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my
Hey, Nemesis, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it, my friend. Nemesis says, hell, the one time I remember using stealth perfectly was in the alpha for the game Dungeonborn. I never played that one. One time the mage almost killed me. I turned around the corner, popped the stealth, and remained stationary, crouched to reduce my silhouette, and it worked. Yeah, what? You're a player in a. What do you think if you're a player, right? You're a mage. Say you're a mage, okay? And you're out there and you're farming away, and this guy, there's a rogue coming up on you, and he wants the farm spot. First question, how much damage should a rogue opener be able to get on a mage, a cloth wearer, if he gets the hit on him? So he comes up, he perfectly executes his backstab. How much damage are we talking about first? Are we talking 25% damage, 50% damage, or 75% damage, or one-shot kill? I don't agree with the one-shot kill. If you guys haven't checked out my YouTube video, I just put a new rogue video up on there. So go give it some love. Go subscribe if you haven't subscribed. It's tough to get views nowadays because Ashes is not a hot topic. Dragonborn was good fun. So I think that a mage being a cloth wearer, if you get a really good perfect hit, I wouldn't be opposed to up to 75% damage on it. But I don't want a one-shot kill because I want that mage to have an opportunity to at least put his shield up and blink away. And then, maybe cast a slumber and put the guy to sleep. So at least then he can take a pot and then have a fighting chance. Now, a tank, on the other hand, I don't think you should be able to deal more than 25% damage to a tank. On a rock, paper, scissors scenario, a rogue is not a great matchup for a tank. Let me know what you guys think. Chime in on this. But I'm thinking that it's not exactly a great matchup for a rogue. And if I in Warhammer Online, I wouldn't purposely go looking for Iron Breakers because they were a really tough fight. You could beat them because I was really high level, renown rank, but they weren't your ideal fight for sure. Nemesis, I would go with a 30 to 50% extra damage in that scenario, but that would be tricky down those numbers to have your hands. Yeah, it is going to be very tricky. Balancing is going to be key. I do want people to have a chance. I don't, I don't want that one-shot mechanics. I just don't think that they have a place in Ashes. Also, Nemesis, one of the other questions we had were about the open seas. And do you think that if you're on a ship, say you're in a guild, but maybe it's early in the morning and you're on at an unusual time and most of your guild is asleep, right? And you want to bring your frigate, which is an 8-man crew, across the sea because you have to bring some, goods over there or whatever. You want to finish the quest. But you don't have enough people to man your ship. Do you think you should be able to hire NPCs to help control your sails and stuff like that? Because I think you should. I think it would be really cool if we were able to have some kind of NPCs. They would cost gold, of course. And Nemesis says, and oh yeah, regarding the question, I have Alpha 2 access. You do not have one, but you got a beta access on the last beta. Oh, nice, very nice. Well, that's good you're a beta. And also, I am doing a closed beta giveaway here also. I have 5 keys that I have access to be giving away. I have the Leader of Men package, so they gave me 5 closed beta keys, which I actually haven't given them out yet, but I will have access to those. And you can get those, so if you have any friends that are looking for a beta key when it rolls around, all they have to do is watch my streams. That's it. All they got to do is watch my streams, and they're going to be able to be purchased with channel points. So, which is the Electrum that you should be accruing down at the bottom left. Let me know if you're not accruing those. You also can use those channel points for sound files and stuff like that. If you guys haven't used that, or make me hydrate or whatever. But yeah, they will have an opportunity. There you go. Uh-oh. This is me on the open seas. Running for my life right now. Oh man, that's what it's gonna be like. That's when a kraken comes up and tries to bite me in the crack. Oh man, that was a great movie back in the day. Jaws. It's still a great movie. It's a classic. If you guys have not seen Jaws, go watch Jaws. If you've not seen Jaws, come out of that closet you've been hiding in. Yeah, absolutely. They will have a chance. People who are, if you're catching the stream later on views, because these do get a decent amount of views after they're already up. But yeah, watch the streams. You're going to be able to buy with channel points. Now, it's going to be a lot of channel points, but if you're watching all the time, then it shouldn't be a big deal.
This Jaws music would be awesome in case a monster coined siege on a node and a war. PvP siege band together at the same time against the node affected.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And thank you for testing out my text-to-speech as. I appreciate it. Oh my God, I've been waiting so long for someone to try that text-to-speech. I wanted to see if it worked. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Nemesis, but yeah, in general, I never started with popular MMOs. WoW. Known titles, kind of a little unorthodox. Well, no, that's okay. We're just glad to have you here in Ashes. I think this is going to be the game for a whole lot of people. Yeah, no one has used that. You know, I got the pirate voice on there and everything, the pirate and the witch, and I even got Biden. I like ice cream because it's free or something like that. I mean, you know, you could do Trump in there, so maybe when elections get a little bit more heated, we'll start hearing some stuff like that. But no, I love the TTS. No, it's great. But yeah, if you guys know anybody who's looking for beta keys, you bring them over here. We also got. I can also point them in some other directions to get some keys also. Now, my job is over on May 24th, so I plan to be streaming a lot more on the summer as we gear up for Alpha 2. So hopefully you guys come in and check me out. And as I'm going to make sure I get some earlier streams so you can actually participate and not have to go to bed as soon as I start streaming. We'll probably play some games or something like that while we wait. Maybe some Dead by Daylight, Hunt. I'd love to get a Rust server going with the content creators. By the way, if you guys haven't checked it out, we did a content creator thing with a bunch of us. Stickquino has the video up on YouTube. Go check it out. It was hilarious. It was a great night. Shout out to Stickquino for doing that. It was a lot of fun playing Among Us. Nemesis, so yeah, I have tried Guild Wars 2 was fun. We dominated Guild Wars 2. I was on I think it was the BlackRock server. I used to run a very large guild called Dust Till Dawn, which ran the Retribution Alliance. That was a very, very large guild. We dominated that, but I got bored of that game and left. Throne of Liberty closed beta, and I got to say, it respects Steven's decision not to have pay-to-win stuff. No, I absolutely agree. Pay-to-win ruins the game. It ruins the game. It ruined it in Arcade. It's ruined it in every game that it has it. I want to be able to if I put time into the game, right? If I put time into getting my craft to Grandmaster level, I want that to mean something. I don't want somebody to come in there and just be able to buy his way up to Grandmaster because he can now he bought some gold, so now he can buy all those expensive mats off of the auction house. I think that sucks. So yeah, absolutely. I am really hoping that that's the case. By the way, Nemesis, we will be streaming every Saturday at this time, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, just so you know. Nemesis, hell, the first tutorial prompt Throne of Liberty is the battle. But yeah. No, for sure. I didn't play Throne of Liberty, so I can't speak as to that one. Did you ever play Arcade, Nemesis? Because that was a really good one. Arcade, I played Dark Age Camelot Warrior. I'm 52 years old. You probably noticed I'm a little bit older. Yeah. But so I've played games since the inception of games, since you guys probably haven't even heard of it. The first gaming system ever was the Atari 2600. So I think I was like 6 or 8 years old when that came out. So I've got to watch the entire gaming, evolution, and it's been pretty cool. Unfortunately, I won't be around long enough to see the Ready Player One days, which would be totally cool because I love VR, and I could totally be down with living in the Oasis. But who knows? Maybe when I'm retired, the Oasis will be out. That would be great. Who else here would want to be in the Oasis? Right here. Hey. By the way, is Ready Player 2 coming out ever? Because I really want to see that. I loved Ready Player 1. But yeah, that's a side tangent. So you think that you're okay with them having full stealth if you're standing alone, and I can't remember, what was your answer to the NPCs on the ships? Do you think that we should be able to, say, hire 2 NPCs if we're commanding the ship? Do you think we should be able to hire somebody to maybe help repair the ship and help steer the ship with the sails? Nemesis says, I was playing like MMOs like I can't talk. I was playing like MMOs. You never know the names, but the concept of the genre itself is what I got into the MMO space first place. Yeah. Hell, even Life is Feudal and stuff like that were some other MMOs that were a little less popular, which I also played. But I think that getting back to the sea stuff, I think since you're going to be able to repair the ships out at sea, it's going to be a lot harder to destroy them. I'm hoping it's a lot harder to destroy them. But if they're too hard to destroy, this is what they're going to do, guys. They're just going to board us. They're going to board us. They're going to kill us. And they're going to hop on our... Even if you put a mark on your steering wheel, which is, I'm sure they will have some kind of an owner mark, so people can't pick up and drive away. The ship will despawn after 15 to 20 minutes, give or take. But the marks usually only last about 2 minutes. So I can totally see them just taking control of your ship and running it into the ground just to destroy it, just to be a dick. And Steven said it's going to cost a lot. NPC, well, I would remain neutral on it for now since we can use NPC on. See if we can use NPCs, then solo players can easily features list as NPCs utility. Yeah, no, Ashes to Thieves. Yeah, that's exactly what it's going to be. Yeah, we'll kind of see how that gameplay plays out, whether we need them or not. Because I was kind of thinking like in a scenario where like, well, maybe you're on really early. Maybe you're in a West Coast guild and you for whatever reason couldn't sleep that morning. You're up really early and you had something you wanted to do across the sea, but you didn't want to wait. So is that a possibility? I hope that I'm pretty sure that they said we can buy guards for our caravans, and I hope that I'm going to do a lot of caravans. I really am interested in caravan gameplay. I hope that the guards that we can hire for those are going to be good. Because let's face it, most AI are not real good. So let's hope that they're worth their salt. That's something I'm really hopeful for. Otherwise, it might just be better to pay, a little bit more money and get some actual players to defend you. But how long is... Here's a question for you. What do we have? Nemesis says... But one goal I am aiming for is one to actually be a mercenary character rather than another chosen one trope. Yeah, no, mercenary would be totally be cool. There's going to be a lot of mercenary guilds. One of the things I was thinking was for a caravan, right? They said the farther you go, the more lucrative it's going to be. So how long is too long for the most lucrative NPC or most lucrative caravan run? How long would you be willing to, as a player, to give up on your day to do a caravan run to hope it would be successful? And how much payout would you expect for that time that you invested? I mean, raids in WoW, like Molten Core raids back in the day, would be in the upwards of 3-4 hours when things were first getting started. Would you be willing to invest 3 to 4 hours for a caravan run? Up to 2 hours for you, Tango? Yeah, I think 2 hours would be a good sweet spot. I think that's a long time, and it's not carried away, and most people probably could set aside 2 hours to go ahead and do that. And as says 2 hours is already heavy. We'll say you're going from one side of the map to the other, so you're going all the way from the Jundark or whatever, all the way down to the Sand Squall Desert or something like that. Is it too long? Because caravans don't move that fast. So yeah, that's the ultimate risk caravan right there. I mean, and I would probably definitely hire people for that. Now, maybe you go ahead and try to, maybe you have a fully loaded caravan. You're pretty confident that you can make it to the next node safely, and you think you can make it to the next node safely. But after that, you're really not sure. So I'm hoping that there are stops in every node where we can, buy or get help. If your spidey senses are starting to go off and you're thinking, I'm pushing my luck, I better hire some help, because if I'm going all the way, I want to make sure that I get that there. So I would definitely hope that maybe you want to get some help down the line. Nemesis said, yeah, I would generally go with an hour or two, but it depends on the resources needed, transportation, and number of escort guards, whether NPC or players. and distance to the destination and how scarce that destination is. Yeah, I mean, so say we're coming up from the snowy mountains, right? And I forget what they're called, but the snowy mountains, and we have mined mithril or something like that. And there's no mithril in the south. So mithril is going to be very valuable. So if it's like if it's only selling for 10 gold where you're at, it might just be willing to buy all the mithril that they have on, from whoever you can buy it from there, put it into the caravan and sell it for 50 gold for each one out in the Sand Squall Desert. Would that be worth it to you? So say you had, I don't know, 8 crates, and you're talking, 10 bars of mithril for each crate. So 50 gold for each bar. So I don't even know what that is. My math's horrible. What is that, like 1,000 gold or something like that? It's more than that. But either way, it'd be a lot of gold. I think that would be worth it for a 2-hour investment. It's gotta be worth a lot, because, and how much would you charge? How much are you going to charge to help somebody bring their caravan to, let's just say, one node? It looks like, from what we've seen in the videos, that one node is about 20 minutes to a half hour distance between one node to the other. So how much are you going to want for your time, you and your guild's time, to protect that caravan? I mean, it should be easy money, right? And it doesn't. If you lose, you're gonna get paid whether you lose it or not, probably. So, that's gonna be very interesting. Nimbus says, I wish I had a concrete answer, but it's hard to give. Like how valuable the gold is gonna be in game. Well, that's true. But one thing that we can judge is time. Our time is valuable. So, how much time are you willing to give up, and what do you want to be compensated for it? I think it's got to be great. It's got to be a great reward in order to go that far, and it's also the people who are defending it are going to want to be properly. So if you're selling your stuff for 50 gold, let's just say 50 gold, would you say that giving the people who are guarding it 15 gold for guarding it is too much? I think that's a proper percentage. What do you guys? You guys agree or disagree? I mean, you could just run it by yourself and, risk it for the biscuit. But especially early on in Alpha 2, we're going to see people ganking caravans, left, right, and center. It's going to be something that happens all the time. Let's see here. Dankeschön, darling, Dankeschön. Na, na, na. As says, I would escort defend the caravan for 10% of the worth. Payment for one node, 20 if it's okay. So you would go all the way for 20%. Okay, all right. Maybe, yeah, because it's gonna be, it's everybody's time. Now, what happens if your defender? Now, would you expect payment up front, or this 25% payment only happens if they make it? Is that how we're going to do payments for the mercenary guilds? Are we only going to, which is fair actually? Should they only get paid if your cargo makes it? Nemesis says, I'll add 5 to 10% markup for any unfortunate encounters. You support that? Yeah, as his answer. Yeah, but that brings up a big point though. If they're guarding to protect you, then should they only get paid if the run is successful? And now that I think about it, I think, yeah, because it's your time too. It's not only your time, it's also your resources. So you have a lot to lose too if it's not successful. So yeah, I think you should be able to not pay your mercenaries. That way, you have less to worry about from them backstabbing you as well. Or leaving in the middle of your caravan, saying, my mom's calling me to dinner, or something like that. I gotta go. You're on your own. Something like that, because you'll see that if you pay them up front. So You guys agree with that? And only pay them once it's reached the target destination. I think that absolutely should be a thing. But and it says, but yeah, I'm not the main economist in my guild. Leave these numbers. As says, evening dinner. Yeah, evening dinner comes me so often. Yeah, while Warcraft took, for sure. There we go. I'll allow that. No, for sure. What guild are you part of, Nemesis? By the way, I'll promo it again. I'm with Overlord Guild, so if anyone's looking for Overlord Guild, you can catch them advertising on the Ashes of Creation forums. Suspect. Okay, isn't that's a mercenary guild, isn't it? I'm almost positive that's a mercenary guild. Am I wrong? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. I had someone else in here who was part of Suspect. I can't remember who it was, but no, that's great. Among Us sound. But did you guys watch that? Did you watch that stream at all? If you haven't watched that stream, later tonight, if you got some time, go check out Stick Winnow's Among Us YouTube video. It was so much fun. I mean, it was really the first time I played that game, and I was absolutely horrible at it. But yeah, it was pretty fun. Thank you again, Az, for playing that TTS. You'll have to do the pirate voice for me next time. That was a lot of fun hearing that. Glad to know that a lot of the work that I put into the stream is actually happening. I'm getting some stuff. I don't want any more ad breaks. That's my last snooze, by the way. So then the next ad that comes up, I'm sorry, I won't be able to stop it. I'm trying to make it to the end of the stream here. I'm getting some work done on the animation. Do you guys like the? Do you like the animation or the shot behind me? This is kind of my still shot, but I went with the NVIDIA broadcast. I dumped the green screen because the green screen was always acting kind of funky. It never seemed to work the way I wanted it to. I just didn't have the right lighting for it. It was too finicky. So this NVIDIA broadcast thing works a lot better. As do you or Nemesis stream as well? Any of you guys also streamers? Because if you are, let me know and I'll give you a shout out. I'm always willing to give people a shout out. Nemesis says, but yeah, I focus more on PvP stuff right now. Like the current game is Chivalry 2, intense PvP fights. Did you play Mortal Online 2? That has a lot of PvP. I don't like the mechanics in Mortal 2 Online, but that has a lot of PvP. What was I gonna say? I love PvP. I'm a total PvPer. Sadly, no streamer. It's all right. Maybe you still got time, man. You still got time. What was I gonna say? Who's on right now? Anyway, who do we got? Who do we got that's on that we can rave? Oh, Rive Genesis is on today. Okay, well, when we're done, we'll go ahead and rave Rive and send people over there. Looks like he's the only one on tonight. Have you guys ever watched Rive? He's a good guy. You'll find out a lot of good information from Rive. I am so looking. Or give me, before we wrap up the stream, give me predictions on when Alpha 2 is. What month? I'm saying mine right now. I'm saying late July. That's my thing. Late July, we're going to get Alpha 2. Let me know what your thoughts are. Nemesis, I am in no way have the style for being a streamer. Well, yeah, it's not for... I tell you what, it's not easy to sit here and talk out of my ass for a game that, as Narc says, quite literally doesn't exist for an hour and a half. It's going to be a lot easier to talk and play this game. I have a lot of fun stuff planned, by the way, when we actually can start playing this game. Since you're not an Alpha 2, you'll be looking for people to watch, so I would love to have you checking us out. You think late July late July to mid-September? I hope late July. That's a pretty wide margin there, Nemesis. That's a wide margin for error. You got to pick 1 month. You can't pick... you can't pick 3. Lol. That's funny. I'm gonna go with late July. I'm sticking to it until they prove me wrong. Mid-August said, all right, there you go. narrow it down a little bit more. Oh God. Oh, that's hilarious. Well, guys, are you still there? If you're there, I want to hear your prediction. But everyone else, thank you very much for showing up today and supporting me. Thank you for the follow Nemesis, Jep. And thank you for the TTS, as I really appreciate it. It'll be a lot more fun when we can actually have something to play and watch me die at. But again, as always, I appreciate everybody for coming in and checking me out. Chaos, thank you for being here, my fabulous mod. If you guys haven't checked out Chaos, go ahead and check him out. Let me play this for Chaos real quick. Chaos, give yourself a shout out real quick because I'm going to give one last breaking news. Here we go. Let's see. There we go. There's your breaking news. Ladies and gentlemen, orcs and humans, and everyone in between and beyond, we interrupt our regularly scheduled programming for a very special announcement. Hold on to your seats because this is breaking news coming live from the Hidden Dagger Inn in the Riverlands. Today we have an extraordinary guest dropping in, a fellow adventurer, a comrade in arms, a maestro of his streaming world. Can I get a drum roll, please? Joining us right here, right now, is none other than our legendary guest. All right, there you go, guys. There's your breaking news to Chaos, guys. I don't know if that was playing earlier. I have to see because I have it on the studio mode. I have to go back and see if it was playing or if it was only playing the sounds because I have like a little video to it. But again, guys, thank you very much for everybody showing in. I really appreciate it. God bless you all. And we are gonna, if you just stand by 1 second, we're gonna go ahead and raid Rive Genesis. So I'm gonna raid him with my 10 viewers. So here we go. Let me set it up. Raiding Rive. Start raid. Everybody, thank you, Chaos. You too. Everybody have a great night. God bless. I love you guys all. We'll see you next Saturday. Here we go. Take care, all.